Hi, I'm Robert. In this video, we're going to talk about the setup wizard and the general settings. In this video, we're going to go through identifying what's involved in doing the general settings, what actions you can take, and then we'll show you how to do it. So let's get started. The what? The general settings allows you to set up the time zone, the date format, general aliases that we have within the system, as well as if you wish to change the reply to email address that Community Cloud sends. The general setup also includes the community year and community titles. Community year defines a period of time in which actions are done within the system. Most organizations go from January through to December. Others go from September through to August, through to the end of August. You tell the Community Cloud what your organizational year is for your community, and it will keep track of all the activities that are done within that time period. Organizational years are special in that you can lock them and unlock them. Locking an organizational year means that no information can be changed. If it's unlocked, then that information can be changed. Community titles. Some organizations have specific terms that they use for their members. If you're a fraternity, you may refer to each other as brothers. If you're a sorority, sisters, and you may have specific titles such as president, vice president, chapter president, so on and so forth. You can customize all of that there. Actions that you can take on an organizational year, as mentioned, you can create a new one, or you can create a new one from an old one, which will show you how to do. You can lock and unlock, and of course you can delete. Community titles, you can add them, you can edit them, and you can delete them. So let me show you how to do all of this. So by default, when you log into the Community Cloud, you're presented with your profile page. In order for you to get to the general setup, you would click the administrative menu or the mega menu. You can select Setup Wizard. Selecting that brings you to the first page. So here is where you select your time zone, type in the city or country, and the Community Cloud will find the city or country for you. Specify the date format that makes sense for wherever you are in the world. I've already pre-selected one. By default, the Community Cloud is going to prompt you to verify membership before anyone is granted access to your online community. This is helpful to avoid people that you don't want to have access to members or information within your portal. They can register, but they're not granted access until you verify. And then we have another video that will walk you through the member verification process. We have some general aliases that are used. So here are two, referrer and referee, singular and plural. Different organizations have different names for referrers and referees. And over here is where you have your default email address. So any email that's sent from the Community Cloud comes from this email address. If you wish to change it so that when someone should receive a communication from the Community Cloud, they can hit reply and you'll be the recipient of that email. Make the necessary changes that you want, press save or submit, and then your information is saved. Now let's talk about the community year. So as mentioned, community year spans a period of time in which things are done within your organization. With a community year, you can lock or unlock it. We're going to go through the process of creating a community year. So by default, let's create a blank community year. We do that by answering no to this question. The Community Cloud is going to present me with this screen. Each community year has a 9. I'm going to call this one 2018. This one started on January 1st, and it ended on December 31st, 2018. I hit submit, and you'll see that a new community year has been created. What you can do is, by default, making the community year the default year. By turning that feature on, what that will do is the Community Cloud will automatically associate any activities that are done between this time frame with that community year. So for example, let's click organizational units, and you'll see that for 2018, in the year that we just created, there are no organizational units. But let's click 2017, and you'll see that there's one organizational unit called Finance Committee. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our organizational years. We click the Setup Wizard. We click step number 2. And in the cogwheel, I'm going to select Delete. Prompt, and I get an error message. So the Community Cloud is not going to allow me to delete an organizational year if it is the current default year. So I'm going to turn it off. So I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to delete it. As you can see, the organizational year now has been deleted. So now I'm going to add another year, but this time I'm going to add it by copying from a previous year. I'm going to copy 2017. So then the system shows me what will be copied over. I'm going to copy over membership levels, copy over membership requirements, and any organizational units. So there are no membership requirements for 2017, so nothing gets copied over. However, there is one committee for 2017. It's called the Finance Committee. That's the one we just took a look at. So I'm going to create the organizational year. I'm going to go through and do the exact same thing I did when I created a blank one. Give it a name. Select the period of time in which it exists. And then I'm going to hit Submit. And you will see that the year has been created. I'm going to turn this one on, making it the default year. And then I will go to organizational unit. And you will see that for 2018, it copied over the organizational year that was there previously. Now let's take a look at the community title. So again, I go back to the Setup Wizard. This time I'm going to click step number 3, and it gives me a list of what the community titles are. So by default, the Community Cloud is going to load with 2 default community titles. One is called Admin, and one is called Member. By default, the Member title will be automatically assigned to anyone that enrolls into the Community Cloud to be a part of your community. And to do so, we need to answer yes, it's a default, and tell the Community Cloud that multiple people can have this community title. Now you have the ability to add a community title. You select Add. You give it a name. Let's say this is called President, specifically Chapter President. Does your community allow more than one person to have this title? The answer would be no. Should the Community Cloud give this, give each member this title by default? The answer to that would be no. And each title requires a short description. This is the president title. What's generally helpful is if within your organization, if you have a set of requirements for a particular title that are in your bylaws, you can copy and paste those right in there. And then everybody who clicks on that title will be able to see what roles and responsibilities are included. Hit save. The Community Cloud then automatically adds that title to the system. Each of the titles are listed right now in alphabetical order. If I wish to edit it, I will select Edit. If I wish to delete it, I'll select Delete. Select and Edit brings me that back to the same screen. So I'll call it President 1. And then I'll hit Save, and you'll see that it will be listed as President 1. If I wish to delete it, I hit Delete, and then it's gone. So thank you for tuning into this video. Hope you found it very helpful, and look forward to seeing you on the other videos. Bye now.